So, Star Trek Infinite was announced. This was the teaser. We'll look at the teaser and then we'll look at the reveal. I don't know where the reveal is. This is one I've had up. So, yeah, this is a blind reaction basically. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Thanks. Good. Good. Okay. So, Star Trek Infinite. I don't really know anything about it except that it is some sort of 4X grand strategy, so sort of along the lines of like Europa Universalis, if I'm saying that correctly, EU4, um, Crusader Kings 3, you have Hearts of Iron 5, 4, 4, 4. There are a lot of them. But yeah, and it's also from the publisher Paradox, who publishes all that, and also Stellaris, another good one. City Skylines, I think, is also published by Paradox. So the company has a really good track record for these for large scale strategy games. So I thought we would check this out and see what this trailer is, and then after that we will check out the full reveal. Which, yeah, I still need to see if it's on. I assume it's on YouTube. But yeah, here we go.
Captain's log, stardate 43152.4.
Galaxy class.
Fleet is
Very nice to see.
entering hostile territory, and the crew is standing by in case they are cleared.
We are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
Huh. Very interesting. Okay, so real quick, I just want to zoom back here real fast, because when I first saw this, so Federation ships entering hostile territory. Just looking at these ships, these are definitely like Deep Space Nine era. Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, obviously Voyager. Blinking on the class, but you got some Voyagers, you got a Galaxy class, you've got I can't tell which ones these might be. Excelsiors over here. I'm blanking. I'm drawing a blank on the class Voyager was. But anyways, looking at this planet, it looks like Romulans. Like that's like a Romulan inhabited. If you were gonna do stereotypical lights, for each race, that would be like a Romulan colored civilization. But then you have the Borg. So then the question is, is the Federation responding to a distress call from the Romulans, or is it a Borg planet? And if it's a Borg planet, does this mean it's set shortly after Voyager? Because Voyager dealt a huge blow, like that series dealt a huge blow to the Borg. So you can see where you'd have a really small fleet. Honestly, it's a pretty small fleet to go up against a Borg cube. If this was the Next Generation, or probably even Deep Space Nine era, I think. I mean, there's no Defiant classes in there, so that tells me that this is like maybe after Voyager. And we don't really have anything after Voyager, directly after Voyager, to tell us, where sort of the politics of the galaxy were. But then let's see if we can see where it zooms out of.
Resistance is futile.
Okay, so that's Federation space. From assuming that's what we're going off of. That was a Federation planet, so it must have been maybe a simulated system by the Borg, and the Federation are trying to liberate it. I don't know what you would do, what the Federation would do if they were trying to liberate a system from the Borg. If they're trying to free everyone from the Borg's control, which after Voyager they could, but if we're talking about Deep Space Nine, Next Generation era, I wouldn't. Well, I guess they had limited success with it on Next Generation. So, anyways, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to see this. I mean, you got the Klingons, the Romulans, Federation, and the Cardassians. So, if the Cardassians are in this mix, is it after the Dominion War? So, lots of questions on that. Also, this map is kind of weird in terms of, I mean, this should be the neutral zone, right? With the Romulans and Klingons. I guess that makes sense. That does make sense. But yeah, anyways, continue. These do look like Deep Space Nine era leaders. Gal Gadot. I'm saying that right. Uh, Blanking on the names right now, but yeah, these are definitely like Next Generation Deep Space Nine era characters. So I am excited to see full reveal on this. So let's go ahead and then dive. So we've got those initial impressions. Go ahead and see there is to see. Oh, okay, here it is. Here it is. Wow. Look at me. Almost missing it. And all right. Let's go ahead and oh, you know what? Forgot. I need to change color. No longer in hell, we're now in space. Thought this would be a more appropriate color. Where's this one? Not gonna work. Okay. We're now in space, so we are blue. Alright, let us dive into this gameplay reveal. Looks good. It's good so far.
We are establishing communications with another sentient species in accordance with the prime.
Okay. You know what this looks like? This looks like Stellaris. Honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a branch of Stellaris. But
Directive.
continue on. Oh, this is Stellaris. Like,
Directive.
let's see. Let's see. That is Stellaris interface. Absolutely. Okay, so it's like a Stellaris themed, or it's a Star Trek themed Stellaris. So it's like, any Star Trek mod Stellaris, you've got basically like the Star Trek is everything. Right. Okay. Okay.
Look now. Enemy positions revealed.
Cool. Cool. I have to say, with it being Stellaris based, I mean, I'm 100% on board for this game. Like, I was very hesitant when I heard about a new Star Trek game because a lot of them have been mobiles, or kind of like VR, or maybe some sort of I don't even know, old school kind of like adventure game. But the fact that this is sort of this is Stellaris, but Star Trek, and I love Stellaris already, so I'm very familiar with that game. That's just it's a very good sign. So I have high expectations for this game within the realm of it being Stellaris. Cool. I'm really curious to see how customizable factions are, because that's one thing with Stellaris. To see if okay. Restarting. Let's just check this out. Steam. I'm really curious to see if, like, can you customize your faction in any way? Like this is clearly the our contacts. Is it really just like 4 factions? I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Like it'd only be 4 factions. Like just straight up 4 factions or races. Like there are dozens of. This looks like actually a really small map, so might be tempering my excitement a little bit. But yeah, interesting. Very interesting. I mean, is this like a full game, right? It's not a DLC for Stellaris. Almost what it feels like. I wonder how much this will be once it's finally, announced. Because I mean, if they're all just building off of Stellaris, just doing the UI, reskin, which is literally like this is all Stellaris stuff. This is all just reskin Stellaris. Stellaris. I mean, I'm still excited for it, but seeing this literally as just the 4 factions and that Betazoid. Betazoid. Okay. Zoid. That's right. These are no, these are factions. I hope there's more. There's so many independent factions within or races, within Star Trek. It would have been cool to maybe have like internal factions within, like, the Klingon Empire is like vassals and clans and stuff like that. Got like sort of secret orders within the Romulan Empire, and then like the Bajorans are kind of just like warlords. At least they were, up until Dominion War. After that, they became more of a republic, as far as I recall. And then obviously you would have so many different races within the Federation that could be, better simulated within Stellaris. Stellaris has so many good mechanics for representing the internal mechanics of these races. It's a little disappointing to see it like this, unless it's like a pre-alpha thing. But this is like on 4 page, so yeah. I mean, I'm interested to see what comes of this. Exactly the same research as Stellaris. Polaris. Let me know in the comments or in chat if it's Stellaris or Stellaris. How do you say it? The tomato or tomato? I mean, yeah, we got same building interface and everything, same planet interface, mostly the same. Mostly the same. Like even maybe the same resources, maybe a little bit narrow, more specific resources. But anyways, that was yeah, it looks good. It looks good, and I am excited for it. So yeah, I will continue to cover this and stay tuned for that.